Hey guys, welcome back to some Sonic Adventure goodness. AKG here again, and I figured I'd get back on and continue our adventure. So last time we tried to chase Eggman down when he was like getting away with the Chaos Emeralds. He's got 4 to hour 0, and that's like no bono, so we kind of want to do something about that.
Sonic, wait up!
But we're gonna get distracted.
Amy.
What's wrong with you anyway? Listen, this birdie seems to be in trouble, so you need to be his bodyguard for a while.
You must be kidding.
If you don't, we're just gonna tag along anyway.
And yeah, that happened. So yeah, right out of nowhere, while we were just like trying to see where Tails is, what's happening, we just crashed and, Eggman took us down. We run into Amy, and she tells us there's this bird that needs to be protected or whatever. I have no idea what she wants me to do. But yeah, we run into Amy in the middle of the city, and we run around a bit. Let's see.
Look! Eggman's robot's on the loose!
No problem. He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware.
Cheesy hardware.
Whoa!
Oh, now what? Huh?
Look here! It says, new couples get in free! Let's go!
Amy! Wait! Oh, man. That girl is such a pain.
And with that, that's our 5th action stage. With the power of ADHD, Amy completely forgets the problem at hand and goes to Twinkle Park because, cute couples could get in free. Oh boy, 12-year-old girl and all. Anyway, so yeah, this is Twinkle Park, and just to mention right off the bat, the theme you're hearing now in the background is a remix from Sonic 3D Blast. I think it's Panic Puppet Zone. I'm pretty sure the last zone in the game, excluding like the true ending. And if anyone's wondering why I didn't do Sonic 3D Blast, which you can technically consider it to be like Sonic's first 3D outing, I don't like Sonic 3D Blast, and I don't think much people really do. It's always a pain to play. I've been like trying to enjoy it since literally since I was a kid. Whenever I try to play the game, it's not fun at all to play. You had to like get flickies. Sonic was very slippery. It wasn't really a traditional Sonic like platformer in the sense you'd expect it to be. And yeah, weird attempt. They were trying a lot of things to get us into 3D here, but hey, I will say what they eventually did make is pretty good. I'll be honest here. I think Sonic, all these trials were worth it. We got him in a pretty good state. So if you're wondering, that robot we saw right there, yeah, apparently that's kind of like a little precursor or, little prelude to what Amy's gameplay is all about. Where she's, we just unlocked her, so what her, the thing about Sonic Adventure is, I didn't really mention this yet, is actually, by the way, you can skip like a good chunk of this level if you hold left or right to not like fall down this hole once you're out of the roller coaster, and you can like skip like 70% of the level or something. Anyway, so just to talk briefly about the level before I go back to the tangent I was gonna go on. This is Twinkle Park. It's one of my favorite levels in the game personally. It's not like the most iconic level Sonic Adventure had to offer. Like that's also coming pretty soon. But this part of the story for Sonic is like one of my highlights. I think like the 3 of like the better stages, you're playing them in a row. So in a row almost. You can play bowling here. You can hit like one pin, it's still counted as a strike and give you so many rings, so many rings. Oh, that's great. Yeah, or going on a, I don't know what these things are called. Is it a merry-go-ride? I have no idea. There's no horses though, it's just spikes and death. That's about it. But yeah, so as I was saying, so far we've been unlocking a lot of characters as we've been playing through this game. Like, we've been playing as Sonic so far, but we've unlocked Tails, we've unlocked Knuckles. And once you've unlocked any given character, there's nothing stopping you from exiting Sonic's story and starting that character's story as well. Wow, that was actually pretty lucky, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so nothing's stopping you from doing that. And every character in this game, this is like kind of like one of the weird things that they decided to do going into 3D, is that every character has their own like playstyle, so to speak. And so for example, Sonic is your typical platformer, like 3D platformer. They just took what worked in 2D, made it work in 3D, and that's kind of about it for Sonic. Tails is going to be a bit different. He's going to be kind of like the same, but he's going to do some, like, he's going to race Sonic. Knuckles is going to be playing more of a treasure hunting minigame. Amy, like we saw, is going to be chased around by a robot and has to, like, you know, navigate the stages while, you know, avoiding the robot and solving, like, mini puzzles, things like that. And there are two more characters we've yet to meet. They also have their own gameplay styles. One of them is more of like a shooting type thing where, you know, you're constantly shooting, trying to rack up a good score. And it has like a time element to it as well. I'll explain it more when we get to it, if we get to it. And finally, a very infamous one, actually. I think most of you guys would know of. Yeah, and that is going to be later down the road as well. I'm not super looking forward to that.
Yeah, not bad.
But yeah, comment down if you have a favorite playstyle. I imagine everyone's going to settle with the typical Sonic.
Welcome to Twinkle Park.
Oh, shoot! I've lost Amy. I bet that robot hauled butt after her. I'd better catch her before it does.
If you go through here, you can play Twinkle Circuit, which is basically like the racetrack we played through. And yeah, it's Twinkle Park. Honestly, one of the better levels in my opinion. I really enjoy it. And speaking of better levels, you see this ID card or whatever this is drop afterward, an employee card. You can take this. You know what's funny? Actually, what does the hint say? Because
Did you walk around the whole city?
yeah, so you're meant to take this thing, walk around, see what it does. What it's meant to do? You're supposed to come here because apparently you need an employee card to open this garage door. I don't know how that works. Is there like a scanner or something? Sonic didn't even. I have no idea. But yeah, you open this and you can take an elevator, and it'll take you to Speed Highway. This is what most people would probably think of when they think of Sonic Adventure, if not the iconic theme song. If not that the stage was featured in Sonic Generations from the Sonic Adventure lineup. It's kind of like a stage that encapsulates what Sonic was all about, you know, speed and Speed Highway. And Speed Highway definitely puts the speed in the highway, so I missed the speed cues though, so you're not going to see all the speed, but still. And, you know, it's one of the more impressive showcasings of what, like, Sonic was capable of doing in 3D, especially back then, I imagine. Up and down, all around. Yeah. You're going to be running down a lot of highways and navigating them. Sonic Adventure is something it really did that I wish other games would do. This doesn't really happen a lot, but where you're just like running fast down a hallway and you're just trying to navigate to the rings. Like there's always like lines of rings down this hallway, and you're trying to. You see a lot of it where it's meant to like showcase Sonic's speed, but you still have like an amazing level of control over Sonic while you're doing that. And like see here for example, I can still navigate around. We're running down loop to loop. Like the fact that they made this work, I don't know how hard this is to make work, but I imagine the physics will be a nightmare to program for this, or a physics engine. And yeah. Sonic Adventure 2 kinda has this in a sense, but not really, not to the same degree Sonic Adventure 1 did. Even though Sonic Adventure, you can argue Adventure 2's level design is also kind of like pathway-esque, kind of. I don't know. And then you run down a building. You see, this is what they wanted to accomplish. I don't know how Sonic's doing this, especially since he could jump off the building and then land back on it. I have no idea what black magic he's committing, but whatever. And yeah, you just and you can get hit and still like not fall off the building, as I'm demonstrating right here. It's all for science, trust me. I'm getting hit intentionally, trust me, and definitely not a skill issue. And for the final segment of this level, we're going to like this. The track is called At Dawn, so I'm pretty sure like we've been looking for Amy the entire night around the city, and we haven't had any luck. But this is actually kind of like a fun area where you know, you're just jumping around rooftops and stuff. You're kind of like exploring. This is what like Sonic Adventure fans, like the people who prefer Adventure 1 over I wish I didn't get that, to be honest, but the people who prefer Adventure 1 over Adventure 2 will defend about Adventure 1. I'm just to let you guys know, I'm like in the other camp. I like Adventure 2 more than Adventure 1. But this style of level design is definitely, you're going to find it missing from Adventure 2, where it's less, it doesn't incentivize exploration as much as this game did. What this game tried to do was like take what worked in the classic games and make it work in modern, or in 3D at least. And it's definitely special. It doesn't like the series kind of chases a different trajectory after this game, but still, this segment of the level is very fun. I always try to explore it whenever I can. It's a very cool segment. The track is amazing. I love this track so much. You can go in the waterfall here, or in the fountain and waterfall. You can ring the bell. It'll drop some rings for you. That's very nice. And yeah, that's Speed Highway. Pretty fun level, all things considered. Unfortunately, after you finish the level, you're kind of just put back out into the city from a different area where you weren't at when you entered. So I guess it's implied that Sonic chased around Amy the entire looked for Amy everywhere throughout the city and just couldn't find her. So that sucks. So I want to call it here, but there's one thing I do want to show off. So to do that, first of all, you can something we did earlier in the playthrough, if anyone recalls, is there's this egg here. I don't know what you do with it, but if you try to take it and leave, they close down the door and you can't leave because stealing is bad. But stealing is bad if you're an amateur. If you're a pro, then stealing is completely a-okay. If you come over here, you can find this rock, perfectly good rock. Hey, I want your egg. I think this is a fair trade. Give me the egg. Take the rock. There you go. Oh, I missed. Where'd that... Where'd the rock go? We lost the rock, boys. Oh, man. You know what? Stealing is probably bad, guys. Stealing is bad. Don't steal, guys. Oh, wow. I don't even know where the rock went. Oh, it's outside of the store. Wow, that's hilarious. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. Another prime example of, you can kind of tell the game's code is... Egg. The game's code is held together by, like, duct tape and hope. It's definitely some... I don't know if this is having the effect on it. I have, like, some mods to fix, but... The base Sonic Adventure DX for Steam is actually a bit rougher around the edges. I remember playing it, like, I got the Steam version and just booting it up and playing it regularly, and it just felt so off. Sonic felt so bad to control. And, yeah, so the mod's kind of like, there's like a mod pack that fixes everything for you. I don't know if that's introducing any issues or this was in the original, like, Dreamcast game. I have no idea. But, yeah, the Chao Garden. So, welcome everyone to the Chao Garden, and what this is kind of like a very weird... I don't know what they were smoking when they were making this game, but they, like, had the kitchen sink approach, basically, where we have 6 different gameplay styles that include fishing, as I was mentioning earlier. We have this kind of like Tamagotchi, like pet simulator, where you can have these eggs, and they eventually hatch into little chow, little baby adorable chow, and you can like take care of them. That's actually where the animals come into play from the stages, where you can bring in animals and I don't want to say feed them to the chow, but you can like give them to the chow to have them absorb their properties, and then you can like eventually race the chow and have them compete in, you know, some competitions. Adventure 2 would refine this a bit, but it's still here in Adventure 1, and so we can, like, actually, you know, if you're just a bad owner here, if you're a bad person, you can just toss the egg across the wall. Eventually it'll hatch out. The baby chow will be very upset, but don't worry, we could just pet him and everything will be okay. He'll be happy. Look at that. And then you could just spam pet him or something for affection, then pick him up. I think you name him here. I just wanted to show this Chow Garden off right now while we were here. Yeah, name, goodbye, quit. Oh, and you can make him leave. I don't know if this is like them trying to capitalize on Pokemon, but it's definitely something. And I know a lot of people got hooked on this as if it's like, you know, this is the main game instead of the the actual game that we were getting. And to be fair, it's a good incentive to grind, to play the stages, get some animals, come back here to the Chow Garden, you know. So I think it's a pretty cool thing. Let's name this little fella Nuptop. I like Nuptop. I don't remember where I got that name from, but Nuptop. There you go. You pick him up, it tells you his name. Do we have an animal here? We can give him like this deer, I think it is. Yeah, it looks like a deer. And then you see it gets some stats according to what the animal stats were. And also it kind of tries to resemble the animal, well, resembles the animal a bit. Got his ears. That's adorable. So yeah, throughout the 3 Hope Worlds we have throughout this game, we've already seen 2 of them, Station Square and the Mystic Ruins. We have a 3rd one. And you can get 3 different Chow eggs. The golden Chow egg, as you can see here, which is going to have a golden Chow, a silver one, and a black one. And you can even like have, there's like this black market here you can go to buy stuff for your Chow with the rings you're getting in stages. So yeah, this is like a full-on like simulator for your game, like an additional game packed in with your game. I don't know if any Tamagotchi stuff was popular around this time, but yeah, this is a thing that you can do and you can fully get immersed in. Interesting. But yeah, I figured I'd show that off while I remembered to. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, or, you know, do all that fun stuff. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. And thanks for watching. Have a good one.